So my job as a creative, my job as an artist is to always convey the story. You know, like let people know where you are.
Yep.
Invite people into your world and like have it sound good. But like, what's the real story? We have Junkie, and Didn't Agree out, and Didn't Agree is really a story about like two people who went into the situation not having an expectation of fucking with each other and like really falling for each other, but the heart did what the heart wanted to do, and you know you had to follow that. So I wanted to take people through that journey of like, yo, we didn't agree. I'm like, this one night might become a couple years if you know what I mean? And
right.
that's just being honest.
I peek through the back, so we creepin'. Caps are blue, so you know that we peeking. And I'm back for the night.
Welcome, y'all. Welcome to another episode of 7 p.m. in Philly. I'm your host, Steve. And before we get started, I want to remind y'all, subscribe, please, for God's sake. You guys subscribe on IG, TikTok, but do it on YouTube. We need the love on YouTube. We need the love on Spotify. We need the love on Apple iTunes. We need the love everywhere. Show your brother some love, man. But yeah, new episode is here. I'm here. My dog Scooter's here.
I'm here.
You know what I mean?
In the building.
And we got a special guest.
We got a real special guest, man.
Oh man.
Yup. Philly's very own.
Oh man.
Theo Major.
Shout out to the dog, Theo Major's in the air. Let me get my man a clap. Give my man a clap, baby. Let's go.
I had to
Let's
pay my
go.
man some homage, man. If you know, you know. If you're reading in between the lines.
Read in between the lines.
Welcome, brother. Welcome, man.
Thank you, bro.
Welcome, Theo.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
Absolutely.
All
man.
love.
Absolutely.
How you feeling?
Man, I'm tired as hell.
Yeah.
I can cuss on this joint, right? You know, I
Yeah,
can-
absolutely. Yeah. Say
We
what
on
you
here. We in-
say. What you feel.
Y'all my
If you
guys.
say anything too crazy, we just gonna bleep it out.
Right.
Bet.
Right.
Get that tracker ready. Yeah. No, I'm feeling good, man. You know, yesterday I was singing a lot, doing a lot of stuff, being just active with my folks. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm here.
Man, I'm sure you're tired. You've been foot on the gas since 2023 struck 12 midnight, bro.
Don't stop it.
You know, I've been seeing it firsthand.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just want to say kudos to you for putting in this crazy work this year. It's been very phenomenal to see. So
That's love.
That's
bro.
love, man.
I really,
for real,
really
for real.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
and
man.
likewise, bro. I really gotta say, you know, you always helping me out. My dog always you get a pound too, bro.
Absolutely.
You know,
Don't let me hang you.
Yeah, I can't leave you hanging, man. It's the dark skin thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's love. It's real love. You know what I mean? But no, man, it's cool. You've been rocking out, helping out with all the visuals and going through my crazy ass brain at times. So it's real love. We've been putting in a lot of work. It's been a lot of hours, a lot of sweat equity, and you're just trying to keep going.
Yeah, man.
Keep going.
It's been really dope to see. So let's just get right into it, man. Talk to us about what you've been up to so far this year.
Oh man. So life has been crazy.
Absolutely.
You know, and the best and, you know, not the best of ways. But at the same time, man, we here and I lived through it. It's July. I'm telling myself, I don't want to date myself, but hopefully you don't mess anything up. But, I've been telling myself like this month is the month of like gratefulness. Like so I'm being grateful for everything. You know, we've been putting out tracks, endless studio sessions and endless just like conversations about where we want to go moving forward, and we starting to see some things coming to fruition. So I'm looking forward to what's to come. You know, I embrace everything, you know, as it comes to me. I'm just taking it all in. Like it's a different space being like starting to have people know Theo Major. So it's like I'm just getting used to it. Not so used to it yet, but I'm getting used to it, and I love it. I appreciate it. So
Do you ever feel like, you know, now that you're starting to do this and things are starting to happen, like, you know, when people like, you know, do you feel like an artist? Do you feel like, do you just feel like a regular person? Like I'm just here, I'm just a dude that just sings.
Yeah, I mean, I always kind of pride myself on just being me.
Yeah.
You know, like I come from a background where like I had to work on my self-esteem. I had to work on confidence, and I think we all do at some point.
Right.
100%.
So now just being able to step into we can go into some stories about how Theo Major came about, but when I was doing the Theo Major thing, a lot of the closest people to me weren't necessarily sure.
All right.
But I felt it in my heart that I was sure. So now when I have people be like, "Oh, Theo Major," it'd be like, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? So those
I tried to tell you.
Right.
So those are the times when I feel most like an artist, but like being artistic and being creative, that's just my being. So like, it just really is just a day-to-day thing. And I live in a real world. So it's just like, I still get up and go to work. I still have to like deal with like life and everything like that. So,
Absolutely.
you know, me being an artist and having this this goal and this dream of mine doesn't, absolve me from being a human. So, I mean, I'm an artist. I'm a creative. I'm always going to be that, but I'm a person.
Right. So what music did you listen to growing up? Like, what was your thing?
All right, so
And keep it 100.
I'm gonna
Keep it 100. We all about honesty on this podcast.
Bro, one thing about me, bro, I'm gonna keep it a Beanie Siegel. I'm gonna keep it a 100.
Right.
You feel me? Like,
Shout out State Property.
you know what I mean? Shout out to the guys, man. Bro, I ain't listening to much of nothing growing up.
What?
I don't believe that.
Nah, that's hard.
I don't believe it, though.
That's hard because I think as an artist, like, you have someone that inspires you.
For
like
sure.
there's
For
someone
sure.
that
Definitely.
like kind of like, and you probably didn't realize that when you were a kid.
For sure.
But as you become older, kind of like, yo,
Yeah.
this is who I kind of like.
Yeah, so when growing up, man, like I come from a church background. Like my pop is a preacher. My mom get down, bro. My mom played keys. She can sing. I have brothers. I have siblings that
Okay.
get busy on the
Okay.
instrument. So I grew up in that background. So like when I say I didn't listen to nothing, you know how people like, oh, I grew up on Usher. I grew up on 112. I did not. Like I didn't. I listened to like. I think like PJ Morton or not PJ Morton. His pop, Paul Morton.
Wow, his pop.
Yeah, that he's a preacher. He's like a bishop,
Right.
and like he does gospel music as well. I think like that was somebody who I could stick out in terms of like that's who my pop was playing a lot.
Right.
Marvin Sapp, Donnie McClurkin, like
Donnie,
we
yeah.
talking church,
Okay.
and I'm not even talking like that is a thing, but at the same time, it's like also they listen to like the church, like taking the glory, and I love that.
So like Kurt Franklin.
No,
Stop.
I was going.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like Shirley Caesar and that good old.
See, for me, I don't know nothing about gospel.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, I'm
that
Haitian.
Yeah.
That's that real.
And we didn't listen to none of that.
Yeah,
dude, so.
it's
that
a
real word.
It's a real it's a real thing, and like I appreciate it, man. Like getting back into being in the faith and all of that. So it's like I appreciate it, and I do think that those experiences growing up really did help me in terms of like performance and being able to be on stage and rock out and all that. So I definitely did that. But once I started sifting through the first album that I ever purchased myself I'm lying. My dad purchased it. It was Kirk Franklin's Hero.
See, I told you. Niggas was in the house. Stop.
Niggas was stomping.
And my mama say stop.
Niggas was stomping. But
And my grandma say stop.
Yeah.
I knew you was in there stomping.
Niggas was getting it in. Niggas was definitely getting it in. But the first actual album CD that I personally bought was Will Smith, and it was like a greatest Fresh Prince. It was a greatest.
Fresh Prince?
It was
I was gonna say the Miami joint and Junkie with it.
But it was.
I thought he was gonna hit us with the Wild Wild West.
He went from church to Miami.
It was really like I got like a greatest hits album, and I just ran it because Will Smith was my guy, still my guy.
Right.
Shout out to Will Smith.
Shout out to Will
shout
Smith.
out to
Shout
Will,
out to
man.
West Philly.
Shout out.
Yeah, so I listened to Will Smith, but then started growing up, and my influences T-Pain, Kanye. Kanye really. I remember when I was in 7th, 8th grade, and I had a homie, and we was thinking about doing like a rap duo. You remember the Cool Kids?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we was going to do like some Cool Kids type shit. And Kanye really made it possible. I was big in like Day 26. Like,
Yo, stop.
Like,
Now you talking my language.
Yeah. I fuck
Like,
with
that's
Day 26.
Yeah, when I started really getting into like music, it was like Day 26, Ryan Leslie, like Music Soul Child.
Right.
Hold up though, I got a question. What you know about Co-Star?
What you know about Co-Star?
What you know about Co-Star?
What you know about Co-Star? What you know about Perfectly Blonde? What?
Yeah, come on, man.
There's a run. Who is Rob from Day 26?
Yeah.
He did a run in one of them songs, Perfectly Blonde, to be specific, and I still use it to this day.
Yo.
Like if you ask my sister, like my best friend growing up, like she was always like, yo, nigga, you want to be in day 26? I was like, yeah,
I
kinda.
am
like,
in day 26, shorty.
Nigga, what you talking about, nigga? Like, still, nigga, we
Right, man. Shout out my boy Wes. Wes know that Scoot was in day 26.
Yeah.
I done had many a concerts
That's hard.
in my crib
Bro.
to day 26.
Dog, I done had concerts. I done had interviews. I done went to 106 in Park, nigga. Like, I was him.
Man.
Nigga, I'm
man.
out of here.
Hot 97 freestyle.
Dog, I was on MTV. I was on all of that, bro. I ain't gonna hold you in my brain, like, for sure. But
That's so funny, man.
yeah. So I grew up just like listening to all types of stuff. But like T-Pain, it was super influential. Andre 3000 is like, come on, like, you know, we could talk about like my favorite artists, but like Andre 3000 is like there, Sade there.
Oh yeah, man.
There. Like those are like that's like the, I don't want to say Holy Trinity, but that's like those are three. And then under that is just like T-Pain.
That's an interesting one. T-Pain is interesting. I don't know. I just wouldn't see you like vibing with T-Pain.
A lot of people say that.
Like
a lot of people say that, bro.
Being attracted to T-Pain, but T-Pain is slept on, man. What he did for the game is
but
crazy.
but the thing is with T-Pain, I think T-Pain is one of the greatest like musical artists
Yeah, for sure.
ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because he's done so much. And then
Absolutely.
it's sad that people didn't think that he could sing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then he went to the Masked Singer.
Yeah, something like
And he went to the Masked Singer.
Even before that, he did the Tiny Desk. He did a Tiny Desk.
Yes,
That's when he cut his locks off.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's when they realized. Because that Tiny Desk is amazing.
It's really good.
I mean, because he was like, yeah, you know, I got my my auto-tunes in here. I swallowed it or some shit like that, he said. But he came out and he sung those songs. And I was just like, yo, this dude is really talented.
He is, man.
But
His
I mean,
pen is crazy too.
correct. But it was a shame because it's kind of like the auto-tune, people discredit him because of the auto-tune. But at the same time, everybody fucks with the auto-tune though.
Everybody uses the auto-tune.
Yeah.
Everybody dissed him. Jay-Z came out and dissed him. It was like death to auto-tune.
And that was just like, whew.
But it was like, it killed him. But like, everybody did the auto-tune. Wayne did it. Snoop did it. Travis does it.
Kanye made a whole album.
Kanye did a whole album with
He
it.
said 808s and Heartbreak was inspired by T-Pain.
Absolutely.
It's like, come on.
1000%.
I mean, so
it's gotta be.
People
on
need to pay homage to T-Pain, man, because what he's done for music is everlasting.
Yeah.
Everybody uses auto-tune now in some aspect. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
not maybe not the way he does it, but in some way they use the auto-tune.
Right.
It's like entrenched into people's live performances now. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's always
evolved.
been slightly. Yeah, like he's not the first person to use it. He's just the first person to like use it as an instrument. So I look at my voice like an instrument. Like I tell people all the time, I equivalate my voice to like a violin.
Wow.
You know, so I kind of cut through records like that, and and I just appreciate. And honestly, bro, the thing that I appreciate most about T-Pain is it's a few things breaking down, but like for one, he's himself.
Yeah. Absolutely, 100%.
He's himself, and he's an
100%,
artist. And for two, his voice isn't perfect, right? Like you can hear the imperfections in it. But you can hear the soul in it. You can hear that when he's not, and like me being me is just like, I love like those big, going back to church, those big, loud, boisterous singers. And I love like, bro, I have a theater background. So I love like the Broadway sound and like that real like, you know what I mean? Like, but like for me, like Life Gen is also, it's like somebody who, like I have like a little rasp and I have a little crack and a little twang in my voice. And like, I had to start to appreciate that. And T-Pain was somebody who I looked to was like, he used the auto-tune shit as just like an instrument, but like he really had soul and he was himself and he was very unique in his own regard. So yeah.
I want to go back to two things. I want to go back to the church, right?
Yeah.
So I know you were in the church. You was singing in the church. Were you a part of the choir? Did your parents like make you, or was that something that you got into?
Kind of 50-50. Like growing up, yes, I was in the church, and I was singing on the choir. Like we had like this beautiful family of like just youngins, and like it was in North Philly, and when everybody went their separate way. I think it was around 2000. I'm good with like dates. I don't have the best memory, but I'm always good with like dates, and like 2007, I believe, or a little bit before then, everybody kind of went their own way. And but that's when my dad got his own church.
Oh, nice.
And then I was singing to more or less help him out, but I was doing some other things in the church. And sometimes I was really up for it because it's like, all right, I can do it. Let me help my pop, and I want to do it. But a lot of times I didn't want to do it. To be honest with you, right. I didn't really want to be a singer, bro.
That's kid stuff, though.
Yeah, I didn't want to be a singer.
Wow.
Like I wanted to be a singer, but like I didn't. At the same time, I think it was just like a little bit of like low self-esteem, maybe in a sense. Like I didn't really think that I could do it. Right. And then also with my folks being like as church as they are, which I always respect and appreciate. I didn't see me being like a gospel singer. Funny enough, I think that could be in the cards at some point later on in life. But
maybe so.
Like at that point and even this point, I never seen myself as like a gospel singer, and I didn't know if there was going to be space for me to actually operate and try to be like, yo, Pop, I want to do this, boom, boom, boom. And it's just like, but I want to sing R&B. Or I want to sing something else that's not church. Now, I don't necessarily know. He might have been like, all right, yeah, go ahead, young nigga, shoot your shot. But for me, it was just looked at like, yeah, no, we just don't kind of condone. We just don't teach that. We kind of teach a different way of living. And I appreciate it because it gives me like a lot of sense of moral and just like morale and just, how to maneuver within life. But as a youngin', I was playing ball, bro. I was hooping.
So question: when did you know that this is what I want to do? How old? How old were you? Yeah. And when did it like happen? Did something happen?
Yeah.
That click.
Did that click, or did you face a moment in your life where it's kind of like, I've been bullshitting, doing this and doing that. This is my true calling. When did that happen for you?
To your point of like bullshitting and true calling, I just started realizing that this is my true calling, right? Like I just started realizing that like with jobs, with life, everything bring me back. I stopped doing music for a little while, but everything comes back to music. Everything comes back to me being expressive. Like I just need to create. And I'm, even today, like in real time, I'm still figuring out like how to walk in my creativity and how to be like an artist and how to be, we live in a real world. So how to pay bills off your art, you know what I'm saying? And off your creativity. Right. I'm still figuring that out. But the actual moment that, really did it for me was 12th grade. Now I got a high school musical life, bro.
Yeah.
Like dead ass. I was playing ball, right? And I was hooping. I was all right. I wasn't about to go to the league, but I was okay. You know what I mean? I was good. Like
right.
You couldn't really like you couldn't just like call me pussy on the court. Like you know what I mean? I'm gonna get my shit.
Get this bum ass nigga off the court, man.
Bro, we got Kobe right here. Like
I saw a clip of Kevin Hart playing high school basketball.
Oh hell no. I would have destroyed Kevin Hart.
All right, bet. All right. Now I got the gauge.
Yeah. I would have destroyed Kevin. So like, I was playing ball, and I never, I thought that was the way I wanted to go. At one point, I wanted to be a sports agent.
Wow.
I'm thinking like, all right, cool, whatever. So I'm cutting class in high school, and because I was cutting class, but I was just in there and I was singing. Boys to Men. I believe End of the Road. And so I'm singing that joint, just like humming it through, right?
Yeah.
Going back to Day 26, that iconic joint when they had like the little sing off and they was doing it. That shit always stuck with me, right? So I used to always just sing Boys to Men. So my music teacher, one of my music teachers, she heard me in the bathroom and she was like, if you don't she told me like, yo, try out for this musical or we gonna write you up. And I'm like, fuck, bro. Wow. All right, like
blackmailed your ass.
Right. She forced your hand.
Forced my hand. Like,
for sure.
I was just trying to be out the way. So I did it, and then I ended up getting into a musical, Rent, 12th grade, senior year of high school. And bro, Rent absolutely, like, I'll always say that, like, Rent absolutely changed my life.
Wow.
Just being able to be on stage. I was casting in the lead role. The character was Benny, played by Tate Diggs originally.
Yeah.
So,
hold up, you had no prior theater experience at all.
Not really. When I was
got cast from the court to the leading role.
Yeah, nigga.
That's wild.
I'm like that for sure. No, but when
now talk your shit, dog.
Yeah, when I was real shit, you know what I mean? Fuck it. When I was growing up, and we did like summer camps when like my mom and my pop was working, and it was just like a theater camp. So shout out to Miss Denise because she always she gave me the instincts of how to be on stage.
Gotcha.
Like she said some shit like, you don't ever give the audience Scooby Doo butt. I'm like, nigga, what is that, bro? I remember her saying that, and it was like, it's when you had your back turned and your backside is to the audience. So I always had those. I always had those instincts. Yeah. So when I ended up, and I never took it serious. It was like whatever. Yeah. When I ended up doing that, getting cast in the high school show in Rent, I just had those instincts, and I could sing. So they were just like, no, you belong on stage. Wow. And I'm so happy that I was able to have that experience because like that really like I said, it transformed how I thought about the world, my outlooks on people, and just being open and honest and vulnerable. And actually like the first performance that I ever did, I fucked up like the first line. Oh man. It's like I still remember, Allison, baby, you sound sad. I can't believe you after everything they done. Then I just went blank. Wow. And then like I literally got off stage and I was like going through. I'm like, damn, I'm trash. Like this ain't it. I'm about to go back to the court. My music teacher, the same one who got me the audition, she was like, yo, what can I do to calm you down? I'm like, slap me. Oh wow. I remember saying this, bro. Like, I'm like, yo,
so she came through and just
she was like, I can't do that. And I'm she just like, ready for no. I need you to like give me. And she was just like, pop. It was something like, right. And then that just kind of got me back in the mode for some reason. Got me back in the mode.
Snapped
and
you back in.
Yeah, and I was able to do that. And to this day, every time I do any type of show, I always listen to 2 songs from Rent. It's like I have like a 4-song playlist, but 5-song playlist, but 2 songs are from Rent. Seasons of Love and I'll Cover You reprise, because those always kind of center me back. And then more of the sentimental route, like my grandmother, who's like the greatest person I ever known, that was the only show she ever seen me in. So it was just like it just holds so much weight
value.
To me. You know what I mean? So that's when I realized that and then I ended up being able to perform. I caught that bug. They call it the bug. I caught the bug. Yeah. Oh yeah. And I tried to like pivot, and I went to college and I was doing ball, and I'm like, man, I ain't playing ball. Fuck it. Right. And I started just taking theater serious, and I started doing a lot of theater in the city and all of that, and was blessed to go to transfer to another college. Went out to Orlando, was doing some stuff out there at Disney World, and then I came back and I was just like, I'm not doing theater no more because of all of the so much shit that goes on in the theater world. Yeah. So I'm just like, let me just try my hand at being an artist and actually like stepping into my voice, and that's what when it started.
You say theater, and you kind of remind me of somebody that was in like Sister Act. You was in one of the background choir singers. You mean what's the little black dude that was in Sister Act?
Man, I forget his name, but I forget his name. He was just circulating the internet. Though. I forget his name.
But my question to you, like as a singer, I know women like guys that sing. Has that made you more, a ladies' man? Does that increase your potential, for women?
So
don't be shy, nigga. He's trying to get all PC with it. No. Don't get your bag.
I'm gonna be, bro. Y'all my folks. So I'm gonna be unhinged.
Right. You gotta be real. Honest. Be honest.
Keep it being.
Right.
All right. Let me sip.
Yeah, sip that.
Take your sip.
Yup. Because we listen to Super, all right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm gonna be completely 100% honest. Yes, it has its perks because it's like you're able to do something that most people not able to do.
Right. Absolutely.
And then like, I always say shout out to being dark skinned because like nigga, I went through it. Y'all niggas ever be called blurple and black? Like nigga, I done went through it. So now that it's a thing, it's just like nigga, I walk into that, bro. I got that sweat equity in being dark skinned.
Absolutely.
And I can sing like,
tough skin.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Watch your chick. Yeah. If I really wanted to start stepping, like watch your chick. But on a serious tip, like I really don't sing for like I sing all the time, bro. Like in middle of conversations, like school, I will be on a call and I'll just start blurting out singing. So like
on the Google.
Nah. He walked in here singing. He was just like
bro, I'm always singing.
I'm like, oh,
bro, I don't.
The performance didn't start yet, my G.
Dog, it gets so serious. It
but that's what's up.
So I always been like, I always just be singing, and I actually had somebody, a girl one time was just like, yo, I don't like when you be singing all the time on the phone. It's like, well, then get off the phone. Cause that's what I do. So I never really like sing two girls, sing two women or nothing like that. But like, but they know that I can sing. And it's just like, everybody always say, if I could sing out, nigga, it's just kind of like,
I was just about to say that.
When you, there you go. You know what I'm saying?
I was just about to say that.
But when you got it, it's just like.
But when you got it and you can sing, we out of here.
Oh, sky's the limit.
We out of
here. Man,
We're not
Leonardo DiCaprio.
If I could sing,
Dog.
boy, what?
Dog. Like, I ain't even gonna hold
Derek
you.
Jeter, who?
What?
Nigga, what?
on,
I would
man.
It's definitely have its up stages and like, you know, I'm not gonna act like I never was on some like artist shit because like everybody's on some artist shit.
100%.
And that's what makes me unique. Right. So it's just like if you had somebody who was walking around with a crazy amount of bread on them and they leading with that, like that's what they think their superpower is. Mine is my creativity, my mind and my voice. Yeah. So I use that like when necessary, but for the most part, like, you know, they be fucking with the jiggy regardless.
Said I got it. So like bringing back to your artistry, like what do you classify your job as an artist is, or like what are you trying to communicate through your artistry? Well,
I'm a storyteller. You know what I mean?
Always comes back to that for the real niggas.
I always have I also, you know, I write plays and musicals and scripts as well. So like I'm big on storytelling. So my job as a creative, my job as an artist is to always convey the story. You know, like let people know where you are. Yep. Invite people into your world and like have it sound good. But like, what's the real story? We have Junkie, and Didn't Agree out, and Didn't Agree is really a story about like two people who went into the situation not having an expectation of fucking with each other and like really falling for each other, but the heart did what the heart wanted to do, and you know you had to follow that. So I wanted to take people through that journey of like, yo, we didn't agree. I'm like, this one night might become a couple years if you know what I mean. And
right.
that's just being honest. So
yeah,
just I think as artists we always have the superpower to like articulate and to like really show the world what people go through because we go through it. You know what I mean? And being able to like go through an emotion, and I count it as an honor, bro. Like no bullshit. Like I thank God. I try to be grateful all the time that I have the gifts that I have, and a lot of times I felt like I was ungrateful at times because I didn't sound like this or I wasn't able to get this many streams. But I'm so grateful for real. So thank you, God, for real, for just being able to give me a voice that I can like in the brain capacity to be able to like go through something, articulate it, process it, live through it, learn from it, and then write it down. You know what I mean?
And say it back.
Yeah, and say it back, right? And then I had when I was doing, you know, music before, I had somebody talk to me like, yo, this one song I had, Jeremiah 29:11. He was like, oh, this song really helped me. I got DMs from people saying like, this song really touched me, and I'm like, oh, well, I ain't even really know you like that. So like, but that's our job. That's my job. Like, you know, the job of a creative is to just, you know, tell that story.
Because I feel like a lot of days nowadays, people, we live in this microwave society. Everyone wants things to happen this way, quick. Yeah. Have you ever faced that, like, you know what, things are not happening the way I want it to happen? And when that happens to you, how do you deal with that? Like, how do you deal with like, you know what, I only got like 2 views on this video. You mean like, not to say 2 views, but it didn't meet your expectation.
Yeah, I had that conversation with my big brother. Shout out to KB. My big brother, amazing. He always tells me like the win is just being able to put it out. You know, that's the win. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's the win, bro. Like you was able to do something that most people don't do, can't do. Right. You know, don't have
afraid
interest.
To do.
You know,
right.
afraid to do it.
Right.
You was able to put it out. So I'm going through it now because you say about the like people want the instant gratification. I can't lie. I want that too.
Absolutely.
It's just
Absolutely.
Like I want to be just chilling. You know what I mean? And I want to live in my artistry 100%. But you know, we talk about Kobe earlier, and it's just like, bro, it's just the process. The process to get to where you want to go is more important than actually being there, right? And I just think that, you know, you had to put my older brother again. He was just like, you know, it takes 10 years to be an overnight success. So I've been trying to like really train myself and really like be kind to myself, like artists, be kind to yourselves, right? And just realize that like everything doesn't happen. Rome wasn't built in a day type shit, right? You got to just go through it, and you got to be dedicated, and you got to be diligent, and you have to find people that support and that really want to help out and just, celebrate you and keep you going and all that. I tweeted the other day, like day one supporters, they deserve the world.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because it's really,
100%.
really,
Absolutely.
it's really daunting for somebody to be an aspiring artist, like not an emerging artist, not a budding star, like to be an aspiring artist. That's a hard kind of process.
It's lonely too.
Yeah, it
can be lonely.
It's very lonely. You know what I mean? And like in some respects, as it should be, because you just starting up, right? And you kind of have to learn from all those experiences. It just makes the long run. It just makes everything at the end just that sweeter. So, I just try to combat it with just being kind to myself and just understanding where we're going.
I respect that. I have a question. So, for me as a creator and as I do a podcast, hence, you have friends and you have people that support you.
Yeah, shout out to all of them.
Right. And then you have the people that don't support you.
Shout out to them too.
Right.
They are out there.
Do you look at your friends different when they don't support you? Because it's kind of like, we go through the thing. We go through the society. If it's not cool, if it's not in, we're not going to support you. And it's like, it could be a comment or just subscribe, hit the button. Does it make you look at people like your friend circle or people that your support group differently? I mean, I know I go through that and I deal with that, and it's one of those kind of internal battles. It's kind of like, is it me, or it's kind of like, damn, like, is it just shady? Like, how do you deal with that?
That's so loaded because like
it is.
I can't say no because it's like, bro, you my brother, bro. Like I fell out with somebody, like no bush. I fell out with somebody because you're like, I can't post it. I'm only, I'm like, what? Like we done bust down bread together. We done did, like what? But as I started to like grow and mature and be more sure of myself and my artistry, I just started banking on like, okay, like Scoot going support. So I just honor that a different way.
Right. And
it's really about like understanding that for one, everybody got things going on.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
Absolutely.
And everybody has life and sometimes it's not intentional. You dig? Like sometimes it's just they don't know. And so for me, I'm just very forthcoming and like if anybody ever posts me or anything, like if I post something, I don't really check the numbers. I check the reshares. And I always make sure to let somebody know like,
I appreciate
bro,
it.
like you reshare my shit. I always want to be able to maintain that and stay on top of that. Absolutely. And it's just like whoever don't do that, it's like I don't really fault you. I don't blame you. You know what I mean? I'm just happy at this point right now to have one person listen to it besides myself. Like if somebody else listen to it and connect with it, I'm cool. Yeah. So it's like, but that takes practice and like what I'm really just trying to wrap my brain around even in real time is like, bro, everybody is not meant to be a day one. Everybody's not going to support from the rip. Yep. Sometimes it is about showing and proving, but then also it's like, bro, just worry about the people that do care, the people that do reshare, the people that do, speak life. I have people who speak life to me all the time. Like, if, and I actually was just texting one of my friends, like, yo, I sent her a rough of something we was working on. And I'm just like, yeah, like, and she was, I want you to listen to this because you always, I want you to listen to it. It's not done. I don't really care for too many people to hear it, but I want you to listen to it. She gave me some feedback and she was like, I love it. And she was saying, I'm so happy that I'm a part of their process. And I'm like, no, I'm happy that we can talk about my process. I'm happy that you care enough. You know what I mean? And I'm just putting stock and putting all of that, putting all that love towards the people that show love to me. You know what I mean? I think that's all you can do. And that's really what eases you because you worrying about who over there, you don't even realize you got people right here and you can build that community. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it's about, just building a community.
Well said. Definitely well said. Sure. Because I feel like in our community, especially the black community, we kind of like throw shade at each other just because it's kind of like, oh, yo, you ain't support my shit. Or da-da-da-da-da. You know what? F you, this and that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely well said. You worry about the people that fucks with you, fucks with your music, that loves you. Yeah. And, if you don't believe now, you'll believe later. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
you gotta have a cockiness too. It's just like
right. Right.
You ain't gonna
fuck with me?
You looking at me crazy?
Right.
You gonna see.
Nigga, stop Theo Major, bro. Like
right.
Like, you gotta have that little positive, that healthy cockiness as well. It's just like, nigga, all right, you gonna see. I'm gonna show you. Absolutely. I'm definitely gonna show him.
I wanna know what's your favorite song that you have written?
Ooh, you know how they say that cliche, like, oh, like that's like picking your favorite child. It's really like that. Bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Like,
You got a favorite child.
You got a favorite child.
I got one. I have a favorite one.
This was a topic we talked about this.
Right. I ain't gonna say which one, but I got one. I got one.
that's
You're
lit.
not supposed to say it, but deep down inside, everybody knows you have a one that you
Word.
kind of like.
I can feel that. I feel that. If I had to pick, like I can pick though. Like I do think that
You have to pick.
it's
Yeah, you're not going home unless you pick.
Is it only like one, or can I just, because it's like,
You could do a couple.
all right, so
Yeah, you can do a couple, but you got to list it from 1, 2, 3. You
Word,
just
okay.
can't say,
So
all right, this.
all right, so I do one better. I can listen in like time periods and what they meant to me and why they are in that regard. Okay, that works, right?
Yeah.
So for one, I have a song called Jeremiah 29:11 that I put out when I was doing my old stuff. It's Derek Jawan. That was my former artist name. It's Jeremiah 29:11. And that's my favorite scripture, but it also was like I was going through a real, depressive state. And like that was the first time that my grandmother, since she passed, that I actually heard from her. So she was able to
deep.
she was able to speak life. And it was just magic, bro. It was crazy how it was able to like take the
Flow through
scripture
you.
and like what she was saying to me, and it just all meshed together. And this was like, that's what really that's the song that keeps me going, is like, bro, I already know where you headed. Like, I was already told this before. Like, I know where I'm headed. So that song is always going to hold, and that was like an interlude, but that always going to hold a good spot in my heart. I have a song called Rose.
Okay.
Rose, that was a Derek Jawan song. I might do some more stuff with it as Theo.
It's not out, right?
No. That's
a hard drive job?
That'd been wiped.
Okay.
That song, because it was like the storytelling, and then it was just like impeccable in my opinion. And then also mainly because I was having writer's block. It was the first time dealing with writer's block. And I was just talking to my brother, shout out to Black Soul, and he was just like, yo, just think about the story. He's like, you're a storyteller. Write the story. Just write the story. He just kept saying, bro, I don't know, bro. Cause I'm like, bro, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it. Like, I have a hook, but he's like, bro, just write the story. And I just stayed up 3:47 in the morning. I'll never forget it. Damn. And I wrote that joint out. And it's like metaphorically, I really fuck with it metaphorically. And so that holds I was like, damn, I did that. So I was really proud of myself for being able to pen that song out. And then lastly, Junkie.
Yeah.
Junkie right
Vibe.
now, you know what I mean?
Big vibe.
For sure. You know what I mean?
Big vibe.
Go check that out.
But Junkie didn't start out as it came out, right?
No.
Because I remember when y'all made that. I'm flexing on y'all a little bit, but I remember being in the studio with you when you was like, yo, we need to put this little something else onto this song to switch it up and give it a different vibe. So talk to me about that process too.
So with Junkie was originally a song that I put out as, so Junkie was the first song that I've ever put out as an artist ever. When I was doing, I used to go by Derek Jawan, formerly Derek Jawan, right?
We got to talk about the process of becoming Theo Major from Derek Jawan.
We can do that. For sure. Junkie was the first song that I ever put out, ever. So it wasn't quality wise, and where we at now, we grew. So like, I don't, whatever.
Yeah.
But when we wanted to do it, that song just kind of stuck to me. I was in the studio. Shout out to Obi. Shout out to Cruz. And bro, he just made his beat like right there, and it just came to me. And I had a special performance version of Junkie that I did when I was doing my Derek Jawan shit, and that ended up becoming the foundation of what Junkie is today. And I'm big on like G-Funk and like Channel Trez and like a lot of people who, the dancing and all that. And I'm big on voices, right?
Yeah.
So like, you have a distinct voice that in G-Funk just always presented a different voice to me, a tonality to me that I fucked with. So we wanted to go with that type of feel for it. And it just started coming together, and then, we just started you started writing new verses to it and all of that, but keeping the foundation. So that is really a big song. It's near and dear to my heart, not for the the context. Let me say, it's near and dear to my heart because it both brings me back to Derek Jawan days and Theo Major, and it kind of ties it all together for me. And yeah, it's just a funky record. It's a groovy joint, and then the ladies like it.
Yeah, that
You know what I mean? So like, what we talking about?
that joint smooth.
Thank you, brother.
So, as every artist and every creator, we all go through these things. What's your most embarrassing moment that you face as an artist to where it's kind of like, you know what? Maybe this isn't for me. What is it? It could be recent. I know you talked about something, before when you were younger.
Yeah.
I need something more recent. Like now that you're older, now that you're out here performing on stage. You know what I mean? The people need to know.
Yeah.
The most embarrassing.
Because that's a part of the journey, man.
Yes.
I've never really been embarrassed, but humbled. Nigga, I'm humbled every day, right? Like I'm humbled every day, and I got like a great support system of like people who can always keep me in check. And when I'm like going off into like the outer space of my creativity and my artistry, they be like, "Yeah, let's bring it back." So I'm always humbled in that regard. But more to the question, I guess. I mean, dog, like just doing a pivot. From Derek Jawan to Theo Major, and just being able, just having to like submit myself to the process fully of like, I'm not a social media person, like, so just having to like submit myself to that and like, with my management, shout out to DJ, bro. Love you.
Big shout out to DJ,
shout
man.
out to the guy.
Great dude.
Shout out to the guy. Having those conversations and really like submitting myself to like the art and the direction and where we're going. And being able to take criticism, being able to like, okay, I wanted to put an EDM song out.
Oh, man.
I wanted to put an EDM song. It was like,
I'm glad they brought you back down.
you know what I mean? Like, but the harmonies was crazy. Like the arrangement was.
Wait. We gotta slow down. What made you want to do this? Who were you listening to?
Because I'm a weird nigga. Like I'm a different bull. Like it really is. It's just different, bro. It's just.
What were you?
Bro,
what were you listening to? You was in there listening to some Tiesto.
What was I listening to?
You was probably at Barstool. Turning up.
Right.
You know what I was listening to, bro?
We
I was listening to S.G. Lewis.
Oh, wow.
I was listening to S.G. Lewis.
Okay.
And then you just inspired. You're like, you know what?
It was just like, bro,
EDM.
because it's just like,
EDM
bro,
track. This is it.
dog. Because it's like, bro, they will say like R&B this, R&B that. Is like, bro, anything is like, if you had that soul to it and you can, you can convey that message. Like anything can be R&B. Now we had some traditional R&B and alternative, all of that. Right. But it's like all R&B, and I was just like, dog, why not? Why can't everybody come to the party?
I feel like too, you don't like to be confined. Like,
no,
you need to be out the cage.
I don't like the borders, bro. Like I do not like being boxed in and bordered and like feeling like I have to conform. I just can't fuck with that. So it's like I want to, and then like the storyline of that song, which probably will see the light of day at some point, but like it was great. It's a real solid record. But just to the humbling aspect is like, I had conversations with my folks and they was just like, bring it back, and just we had to be methodical about some things, and we just had to really just like I said, I always say, bro, I just submit myself to the process, submit myself to the art, and like do what's in the best interest of the art. So that's been the most humbling, and then like trying to find bloggers and curators and people that can like help amplify and spread the what we're doing, reaching out to different partners to kind of help get the visuals together, to kind of help with, with the engineering or the whatever, you know what I mean? Like just being vulnerable and just being like, yo, bro, like, cause as men, sometimes we had that pride, like I ain't about to ask no nigga, nothing, you know what I mean? But like,
especially us, man, like we have trouble asking for help.
We have trouble with that, and that's like a deeper thing. But like,
it's very deeply rooted.
I just told myself, like, I literally had a convo with myself, like, bro, like, if you want to do this, bro, like you have to really be transparent about where you are, where you want to go, how you see yourself getting there, and being able to pivot. And I'm proud of myself. I appreciate myself. I'm gonna say it because it was like I've seen myself being able to be like, all right, bet, let me look at the perspectives from other people, the people that I trust and put around me. And so that's really been the most humbling thing of just like being able to like submit myself and like show deference to my man. I'm not gonna go against my manager just because I want because I want to. Right. It's just like, yo, bro, we have protocol, we have processes, and we just we building those out, and I got to stick with it. He's sticking with me, so I got to stick with it. So that's really been the most humbling thing.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate it all.
And I want to ask you this question, and I feel like if I don't, I'll be doing you a disservice and the people a disservice.
Word.
So you're a singer, and
for sure.
There's R&B from before, and there's R&B now.
Okay.
Do you feel like R&B is dead?
Absolutely. No. You know, bro, it's crazy you said this, bro. We having it was literally trending on like Twitter and like social media about an artist named Fabo. He spelled his name Phabo, right? Obviously there's a Fabo from D4L, Shake That Laffy Taffy. And they was just on, and like,
It's like that name sound familiar.
yeah, they was playing them they was playing Fabo.
I thought that's who he was talking about. At first I was
Everybody
like,
do that, right? Yeah, and that was an era too. That's my shit too. Niggas,
I ain't turn up to Laffy Taffy.
dog, I get crunk. Like, I should have been down south.
When Laffy Taffy was out, I was getting crunk to Laffy
Bro,
Taffy.
you have to get
No
turned
shame,
up
no
to
shame
that.
in that.
You gotta
With
get
my,
turned up to
with my
that,
big ass white tee on,
Nigga, what?
like a fool.
Bro, I got
Big ass jeans.
Yeah,
too.
Bro, I still got big jeans, big t-shirts.
size 38.
I still got ice creams in the crib, like,
Swimming in the
yeah,
joint.
bro.
Right.
That's my era for real. But yeah, it was something on the Breakfast Club, and somebody was playing Fabo the singer, and it was just like, no, the only Fabo that we acknowledge is Fabo from D4L, and it's just like, bro, it's terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, and the reason why I bring that up is like, you know, we have people who spread the narrative that R&B is dead, but like R&B is just like crazy right now. And like,
so many good R&B artists.
I'll be completely honest and transparent. I don't listen to everything. Like, I don't really be.
It's too hard to.
I don't be tapped into everything because like for me creatively, I just try to flesh out what I know that I'm different. I'm just trying to be transparent about that. Like, I know that I'm different, and I know that I hear things a different way, and I know that certain projects and things hit differently at different points of life. So I'm not rushing to it. I never listened to Drake COD.
correct.
So like so saying all that to say, but like I still know that there's like really, really, really great talent. Like there's a homie named Reggie Beckman. There's a Fabo. There's a Alex Isley. Day. There's in the city you have Bowmore. You have Leah Neptune, who's a girl from the city that she's hard. Noelle Scales. You have like Alex Vaughn. You have like Tempest. Like these are all like people might not know these names, but they are making some really, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Like Jordan Ward. Like there's so many people that like make really great R&B. For somebody to say that R&B is dead is a little bit out of touch. Now I do think that some of the messaging and the because everything is so up with social media and everybody has access to it, it's definitely a larger pool. And because it's a larger pool doesn't necessarily mean that the music is better. So I can understand that there is some music that just is like, all right, bro, this is where we're at now. Yeah. We went through a weird Trey Songz phase. And everybody, I know people love that era, but it's like, everybody loved that era, but bro, we got to start being, and shout out to Trey Songz. I'm not,
But it's like,
legend,
for me, honestly, man, the way I look at it is kind of like the R&B back then. You look at your R. Kellys, you got your Luther, you got your Teddy P's. You mean when you just keep going.
Crazy?
And it's kind of like now it's different. It hits different.
I think it's the messaging. Like you said.
I was about to say the storytelling is
It hits
different. The
different.
narrative is different, and it's like
different.
we playing this algorithm game. So I'm a long form ass nigga. Like I like to me. I make a song 3 minutes and 47 seconds if that's what it's called for. Like 4 minutes and 4 seconds if that's what it's called for.
Right.
But the way that the game is structured now is like, bro, you gotta have something. Yeah, you gotta have something in and out and quick. And it's like sometimes it's hard to really articulate and
Right,
convey
get your
a
message across. Yeah.
And so it's just like just because
And
of
what
all
they're
things,
selling, too,
Yeah,
like-
right. It's like all things being considered is just like it's not even fair to really say that, bro. It's like we got to play these algorithm games at times. Like we gotta get on these playlists. We got to do all of that.
Correct.
Sometimes, like and then we have TikTok. We have all these different outlets, and everything is like real quick form. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of it is just like the work of yesteryears. They were more trying. I think the aim was to be timeless. I think the aim now is to be timely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like that's just where
Quality over quantity back then.
Yeah, right.
Quantity.
Right.
King now.
Because you got to be consistent. Bro, I can't stand I don't say the word hate, but I don't like the term content.
Yeah.
Because it just
drives
gets so
me nuts,
watered
too.
down. It's just like, bro, content. It's like, all right, I get you, my nigga, but like I'm at work. You dig? Like I'm living life. I'm experiencing. Like I'm
right.
and it's just like but I don't care about get ready with me. I don't care about all that. Like I don't care about what you ate this morning, all that shit. It's like I don't care. But that's I appreciate it. Just
We talk about that all the time.
yeah, it's just like it's not.
I
for
hate
me.
it.
It's
I
just-
hate it. No one wants to see you brushing your teeth in the morning.
Like, bro, like,
what you eat for cereal.
Man, speaking of things like we dislike, like what is like some of the cringy stuff that people do for like clout or stuff that you notice that people do,
Right.
to just like maybe gain a following or just become, you know, whatever. Because we see cringy stuff all the time.
I mean, I'm pretty go with the flow. So like I have the, you know, the term I don't yuck somebody else's yum. So like if that's
A new one.
I never heard that one. That's some
like-
down south
That's
shit.
a new one. Yeah, yeah. You got that in Orlando.
Yeah, right.
maybe. Shout out to my Disney nigga. But I mean, if that like it's, I'll say cringy from a standpoint of like it wouldn't be for me, but if it worked for you, pimp, like do your thing, play like if that's how you step, like so. But some things that I did see that are like weird as fuck is just when people just go out into the public and just make like a public scene, like I'm going to like knock everything over, and it's just like, bro, have you no morals? Like it's just sometimes it's just like, all right, bro, we get into a point in society where niggas will do literally, like shout out to Migos, you do anything for clout. Like niggas do anything for clout, and it's just
Like you said for that word.
yeah,
Content.
and it's just like
Yeah.
that is what's just like, all right, bro. Like there's just I'm not gonna I never bash artists, but there's like songs that I hear and it's like, all right, bro, like this is a moment in music history. This is a moment of time. Let me not even say history, but it's like, let's just be objective. This shit is not good.
It's not good.
You know what
Absolutely.
I mean?
Yeah.
But that's
And
just my
I speak on that.
yeah, that's my
absolutely.
perspective. That's just my perspective. But like I don't, you know, like I said, I don't yuck nobody's yum. Like if it worked for you, play it, just get your step on.
Yuck somebody's yum.
You trying to play a game?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. We can go however.
All right.
Do whatever.
All right, we're gonna do FMK.
Okay.
You know, you hip.
Yeah,
All right. You hip.
It's music. It's music edition though.
Yeah.
Fuck Mary
If,
Kay. Okay.
yeah. If you don't know what FMK, Google it.
Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
3 rounds. All right.
Okay.
First round. Round one. Baduism. Erica Badu. Brown Sugar. D'Angelo.
Damn.
Diary of Alicia Keys.
Oh, this is hard. God bless Theo.
Not for me.
Not
for me.
me.
I'm not even gonna hold you. Not for me. F is I'm gonna fuck with Brown Sugar.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I love
That joint
bro.
was
It's like, come on, bro. It's just like it's Brown Sugar, bro.
That
Like,
joint was crazy.
that's quintessential like black. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So
I love his tonality. I love his voice. I love his artistry, bro. Like, yeah, can't say enough. M definitely gonna be Baduism.
okay.
I'm not like in the craziest of, I don't know what her hive is called, but I'm not one of the Badu hive members.
So you going F, Brown Sugar, and Baduism, K, Alicia Keys.
Yeah, sorry.
You know what? I probably got the same.
Get a guy, get up out of here.
And you know, Diary of Alicia Keys is actually one of my favorite R&B albums.
Yeah, I mean that's a classic.
That joint is crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go the same. I'm gonna go the same as you.
Yeah.
I agree. I'll go the same.
Go the same.
Yeah.
Sorry,
same.
Leash.
Round 2. Now we gonna get a little dabbly, dibbly, dabbly. You ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah.
FMK. We got Take Care.
Okay.
Drake, obviously. Okay. The light skinned God. We got Good Kid, Mad City. K. Dot.
Yep.
And we got KOD. Cole.
Damn, let me take another drink.
Yeah. Go ahead. Get your mind right.
Get your mind right. Get your mind right.
This one is actually fairly easy for me. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
Yeah.
It's easy for me.
So the F goes to Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay.
The M goes to Take Care. Damn, I love Cole. My favorite rapper right now.
We do.
Man, Cole is that dude. Bro.
KOD got it would have to get chalked.
It kind of has to,
It has to get chalked.
Okay.
but it doesn't have to. But I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna go F. Take Care. Mary, Good Kid, Mad City. That joint is just
crazy.
that took me to another dimension.
Story. That's
a movie.
That's like grade A story.
That joint took me to another dimension. And I'm sorry, Cole. I love KOD too. KOD is probably my favorite Cole album, but that's gotta go.
Ooh, over off season? Off season was ridiculous to me. The music,
you're right.
The musicality of off season. I mean, you definitely got like, come on, we got the
I'll probably listen to KOD more than off season.
Same.
But off season is really good.
Same.
yeah.
Same.
I love.
What you going with?
Oh, man, this is hard for me. This is hard because I love all these artists.
Fact, and I love all these artists for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shit, man, I don't even want to answer this shit, bro. I really don't. Because
like
it's like I
blasphemous.
love Take Care, but I love Good Kid, Mad City. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's right there. You mean
Shout out to your album collection too, man. Your
dog.
record collection.
That's
is
how
fire.
we got to talk about that too.
it's man. Shit. I'm sorry, Drake. Sorry, Drake. I'm gonna have to F with Take Care. I'm sorry. It has some
I
you
feel
know. But I'm definitely gonna marry Good Kid, Mad City.
Good Kid. Yeah.
That album is probably one of the best album ever created.
For sure.
Because it's storytelling about someone's life. And it touches so many different points. And then to put it in such a eloquent way.
Yeah, it's so vivid,
Yeah,
yo.
and it's
Yeah,
relatable.
I
It's
feel
just
like when I'm listening to that, I feel like I'm watching a movie, bro.
Absolutely. Me too.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. It's definitely
took me-
cinematic.
I'm gonna even say that album might have changed my life, yo. It took me to a whole different realm. Like you said, like both of y'all said, the storytelling is absolutely
It's-
no detail is left like
Right.
You know
Right.
what? I agree. But the reason why I guess I'm more on the M side with Take Care is because for that same reason. Like Kanye's Graduation
Yeah.
and Take Care were the two things that I clung to, that I was drawn to when I wasn't an artist and I wasn't trying to do the artistry. Those were the two things that clung to. Is like, if I'm going to be an artist, I want to have this type of impact. Like Take Care for me
Okay.
I respect that.
was just like,
yeah.
nigga had Stevie Wonder, bro. Like, what are we, and Andre 3000. So it's just like that we just can't like, for
you're
me,
right,
and then
right.
just where it was at, you know, where I was at in life, and like
That impact that it had
discovering
too
my
is crazy.
the impact was different. Now I personally believe Good Kid is the best album on here, you know, in this lineup. But
I feel you.
But Take Care for me, like, I judge the music based off of where it's at and where it sits in my life, the inspiration that I get from it, and just like, you know, just just those stories that I'm telling, like how relatable are those stories to me? You dig? And like Good Kid was definitely relatable to I feel like to everybody, you know, that has some type of a struggle. But Take Care was just like a different side, and me being on the, you know, more of the singy side of things, it just being able to like flesh out those emotions and being able to do that, like that was just like a project. And he was still rapping and spitting on that joint. So
Absolutely.
like he was
He
talking
was
that
absolutely
shit.
that.
And I think that was just like, and Take Care is like, Take Care used to be my favorite project of all time. And then it used to be my favorite Drake project of all time. It's neither one of those at this point.
Yeah.
But like, I'll never be able to like replace what that did for me in real time. That graduation always has to have it.
Right.
We gotta switch up the flow now. So FMK, round 3. We're gonna go Yes Lord, No Worries, Funk Wave Bounce, Calvin Harris, Keisha Nada and Amine.
Damn, this is hard.
This one's hard, yo. This might be
This
the
one
hardest
is really
for me.
hard.
This is the hardest one for me.
Because I love K. Tronada. He's one of my influences as well. I love what he's able to do.
Cuz is a monster, bro.
Big Dog is crazy.
Y'all gonna be so mad at me, but go ahead.
But I'm
I already know what you gonna say.
And I might be with you. I don't like that K. Tremina project.
No, not at all.
I don't like that K. Tremina project.
No.
So it's just like, it's drawn
Yeah,
because
I'm mad at both of y'all now.
Because like I love K. Tronada, I love Amine, and I thought that this was about to be, oh shit. I was like severely underwhelmed, bro.
Man, go back and listen to that joint.
I've listened to it like 15 times, like straight. No bullshit.
Not rocking with it?
It's cool. It's good music. Like, it grew on me to be like, okay, this is cool music, but it's just like the heights that I thought that this joint was going to do, it's just not doing it. But,
Right.
you know, everything is relative. So, like, what they deem success and what I deem success is different, right?
Facts,
So
yeah,
it's just like, you know, they doing their thing, and I know that they about to go on a tour or something like that. So I'll probably try to catch a show or something.
That joint probably sound crazy live.
And it probably will. But like until I hear it live and be able to have a different experience with it, it's just like it doesn't have that staying power. I want K Tronada to do a joint project with Smino and stop playing. Give niggas what niggas want. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I you know, like I'm gonna reserve my right to change my stance on it. Because you know how music ages like fine wine, you know what I mean? So it might age with me, and I hope it does, and I'm always gonna support them. Two of the inspirations that I have, but yeah, that joint got to get clipped. I ain't gonna hold you. Okay, chalk it.
Yeah, he went with the kill shot first.
Yeah. Damn, get them up out of here. Honestly, bro, it's a toss up. I
know where I'm going, baby.
Calvin Harris it's not really that hard. Let me just stop playing with myself.
Right.
Calvin Harris that's a moment, and you know, Funk Way Bounce, that was a moment. That's like a part in time, and that's who I am at certain points of times.
Absolutely.
And I'm not that all the time, you dig? So like that is just gonna get the F. I'm gonna fuck with that, but like I'm gonna have to marry no worries.
Yo.
Yes, Lord? Come on, bro.
Knowledge and Anderson .Paak is crazy.
And it's just like, and like selfishly, bro, like I get a lot of people will be like, this sounds a little Anderson .Paak-ish. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, when Anderson was first coming up, I was kind of, you know, in my own bag. So I wasn't like, I wasn't early on him like I was for a Daniel Caesar type, you know what I mean? Who's a GOAT. But like, I appreciate Anderson and just what he's able to do with his tonality. And that's really like, if you asking me like, who's your vocally, who is somebody who you study and all of that, I think Andre 3000 and Anderson .Paak are the people who I study vocally the most.
That's big.
And I just appreciate what they do. You dig? And it's just like,
it's big.
You know, but also adding my own, you know, my own Philly swing on it.
Right.
But yeah, it's just like Anderson is just a GOAT. And I always wanted to learn how to play the drums too. So when he be playing,
he makes it look
singing,
so cool.
It's like, nigga,
it's effortless.
I know people who can. I had an old drummer who can sing and play at the same time. He's crazy with it.
He's nice.
So I've seen it happen, but it's just like Anderson, dog.
Next level.
Shout out to Cuz.
Yeah, and that's why, like, when he linked up with Bruno Mars, it was like, this is like fucking kryptonite, bro. Like, this is, it doesn't get any bigger than this. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, it was great. That album they did, it was kind of like, yo, they figured it out.
Yeah, they did.
They figured it out. You know what I'm saying?
Who you rocking with? FMK.
Woo! All right. Oh, man. For me, I'm just going to start out with the marry, man. Like, Calvin Harris is my guy.
Yeah.
I love me some Calvin Harris. Because you know why? You know why I love Calvin Harris? Because he's figured it out.
Yeah.
He's figured it out, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to take the culture. I'm going to take the culture, and I'm going to put it with this.
Collide these worlds.
These worlds.
Yeah.
And he does it so beautiful.
Yeah.
So eloquent.
And it doesn't seem culture
so
vulture-y.
right.
Like,
it's not culture vulture.
It's a appreciation and just like expressive. And he just married.
And it's very tasteful.
He got Schoolboy Q on the joint.
Right. He gets everybody on there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like, you know what? This is a hip hop album trying to sound this, or this is a EDM album trying to sound hip hop ish. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds like a Calvin Harris album.
It just flows in. It's like peanut butter and jelly.
And he has his own lane. It's just like, I'm always a fan of people that had their own lane.
You know what I mean? So for me, I feel like that's why I appreciate Calvin Harris, and that's why he has a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Because he does that for the culture, and he brings the culture. People don't understand that he's opened doors for a lot of these artists out here that other people wouldn't listen to. Because the people that listen to EDM, they ain't fucking with hip hop like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't know who Takeoff and Offset and Schoolboy Q is.
Yeah.
But Calvin Harris has opened those doors for these artists, and it's great.
Yeah.
So for me, based off that, I gotta marry Funk Wave Bounce. Then after that, I'm a F with Yes Lord, and then We're good off. We're good off.
I'm agreeing with your order.
Yeah.
I'm gonna marry Funk Wave Bounce. It just was.
It's the time.
I thought it was pretty flawless.
Yeah.
Like
It is definitely
time.
I thought it was pretty good.
top tier.
I'm going to F with Yes Lord just because of when it came out, the time of my life that it came out, how much I listened to it when it came out, and it just that marriage of knowledge and Anderson .Paak was just so crazy. It's just like I appreciate Anderson .Paak for everything he does, but when I heard Yes Lord, I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Like, I was literally like, yes, Lord. Absolutely. It's like that for real.
Shout out to my nephew Trey Trey. His favorite song is "Get Bigger" off this project.
Yeah.
Uncle Scoop put him on.
sure.
You heard it here.
Shout out to Uncle Scoop.
I'm gonna. The only reason I'm K Tronada and Amine is just because I haven't lived with it as long as those other two.
Same.
I really
That
like
too.
the project.
Yeah, that too.
I just haven't lived with it as long.
I
as
think
those
I probably
other two.
listened to maybe once or twice. I probably got to go back and listen to it.
I gave it a good 5-6 listens.
Bro, I gave that joint like 15 spins, no bullshit. Cause I was so hyped. I stayed up. Like
I
don't
like
even,
it, bro.
I don't do that a lot.
I think I gave it. I think I gave it one spin. I ain't gonna hold you. I gave it one spin. I tried to say for
Bro,
me.
I tried to be
I'm sorry.
I try to be honest to the art, but you know what I mean. And I think that they really have a lot of good shit in there. I think, me personally, I think it's just going to age well.
Man, that joint
I think
Freddie
it's gonna
Gibbs
age
is crazy.
Freddie, bro, Freddie verse on there, he was spitting. That's the best verse on there to me.
He spazzed. The joint with Pharrell. I mean, Pharrell can't miss.
I mean, yes.
Nah, that's Pharrell.
It's Pharrell.
That's Pharrell.
The
Come
joint
on,
with Freddie
man.
is
Come on.
crazy. For me, honestly, bro, this is going to sound super nitpicky, but it was like, for me, Amine was doing a lot of like K Tronada and Amine, but it was just like so like y'all, you just, bro, like you here now, bro, like pop your shit, but like it was just, I don't know, it was just
Yeah.
I think it's going to age well. I think it's going to. I really, genuinely think it's going to age.
It'll
well.
grow
So
on us.
I'm interested to marry that joint at some point.
So before we get into our special segment,
Yeah.
got any last words for the people?
Tell the people what you got going on, Theo.
Let's go.
Come on. Tell the people what you got going on.
Let's
go.
Tell them to look out for something.
Hey man,
Because my dog got it.
Hey,
He's
man.
coming.
Listen. Theo is definitely, we doing some big shit. We doing some, we definitely elevating. We taking it to the moon and past that. My big homie HD, shout out to my brother. He always say like the sky is not the limit. You can go farther than that.
You
and
sure
that's where
can.
we going. So with that being said, we have Soul Ties out now. Junkie didn't
check
agree.
that out.
Go check
Go
that
check
out.
that out.
You dig?
Yeah.
We have an extended.
Love me some
on.
junkie.
Come on,
this
man.
This shit's fire.
Come on, man. And
It's fire.
With that project, we really wanted to explore the relationship between love and lust. Me personally, I think those are, those ideas are those are two concepts. Those are two sides of the same coin. You dig? So we just explored all of that with the 2-pack. And it's out everywhere now. Junkie didn't agree. Extended visualizers out everywhere.
Did that.
We definitely fucking did that.
did
That's
that.
a crazy, crazy day. And we have some more, we just rolling out some more stuff. We have some new music that we working on that we're going to put out. I'm working with this crazy, I just started working with this crazy producer duo, Black Teeth, shout out to Black Teeth. And we're starting to talk about putting the project together, so hopefully we can get that out. But we definitely going to have more music out, more visuals out. Definitely just trying to stay active, really cement this Theo name. We have a lot of support. I got to take a moment to say, like, yo, bro, thank you to y'all brothers for, bringing me here.
come on,
You
man.
dig?
Come
Thank
on,
you for
man.
everybody who be
Absolutely. Love,
supporting.
man.
You know what I mean?
Love.
We getting a lot of feedback. We getting those playlists. We getting those opportunities. And the fact that, something that started up here is able to be out to the world, that's like the greatest gift that God has given me. You dig? Besides life. So, we just working and we can timestamp this. This is definitely just the beginning of everything.
Proud
And
of
y'all
you,
doing y'all thing, man. I really, bro, I love the pod. I'm a podcast nigga.
Right.
And I'm a stickler. I told school,
Yeah,
I'm a
that's
stickler
a
for
fact.
podcasts.
Right,
Niggas just can't be talking
Right.
You got to talk. Y'all doing some good shit. Y'all
Thank you,
doing,
brother.
the conversations is always intriguing. The energy is always there. The dedication and the diligence of putting this all together is always there. And I just appreciate that as an artist.
Appreciate you,
And
man.
I appreciate everybody who gives platforms to, aspiring and emerging artists. So, y'all doing y'all thing, man. Everybody got to subscribe. Subscribe to that motherfucking YouTube. I know y'all heard my man. Subscribe to that YouTube.
Right.
Like Theo telling you, like subscribe to the YouTube.
Subscribe to the goddamn YouTube for God's sake.
And put the notifications on too.
Right.
Come on, man. Turn that shit up, man. Stop playing. We out of here.
Yeah. One thing I gotta say about you, Theo, I appreciate artists that actually put the time and effort into their work. We live, and I say this, and I'm always gonna say this, we live in this microwave universe now.
Yes, we do.
And the people that actually put in the work, the people that actually fucking grind, do not get their flowers, do not get their respect.
For sure.
And while you're here, Theo, I want to give you your flowers, and I want to give you your respect for actually putting in the work and doing things on the everyday basis and grinding and being in the studio and writing and doing all that shit. Continue doing it. Yeah. Don't let the algorithm fuck with you. Don't let anybody say that you can't do something that you want to do. You can do anything you want to do. We appreciate you. Thank you for pulling up on us.
Yeah.
And we look to have you here more often.
Oh yeah, we going to. You know what I mean? Just be boundless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
That's what we doing.
And you already know what time it is, man.
Yeah, let's get to it.
So let's get to it,
Come
man.
on,
We
man.
got something special for y'all. Our homeboy Theo Major in the building.
Yeah.
Sir.
Check him out.
Yeah. This is Theo Major. This is my new single, Junkie. It's out everywhere now. Great for the late night drives. Great for those after hour playlists. Top down. Yeah. Junkie for your love, I'm just a junkie for your love. Junkie for your love, I'm just a junkie for your love. It's the sweetest touch you cannot get enough. Junkie for your love, I'm just a junkie for your love. Junkie for your love, I'm just a junkie for your love. Junkie for your love, I'm just a junkie for your love. It's the sweetest touch you cannot get enough. Yeah. You show white eyes, more like white lines when I'm inside. Feels like I've died. And I can't hide, you got me so. Baby, you got me so. Yeah, it's just that touch. Something comes over me and I can't get enough. I just need your love. You got me so. Baby, you got me so. Yeah, I'm just a junkie girl. And I'm just a prisoner. Yeah. I go by. Keep it funky, baby, be a junkie, baby. Got me going nuts cause it's so chunky, baby. All up on your rolls like Humpty Dumpty, baby. But I never fought cause you go Humpty, baby. I can go freak for her freak if you nasty. Baby, I can eat it, I can beat it, multitasking. Said she got a man, but I'm wondering what happened. Baby, drop it low, bust it open, bring it backwards. I got a plane slots, I better hit. You make me feel like the best money I ever spent. We up late talking shit just like Letterman. Put a tickle in the tummy, watch it elevate. Ain't no time for wasting time, it's time to percolate. We can go a couple rounds if you don't need a break. Got her waiting for a fix, that's my little boo. Started turning up more when I'm recording you. I'm just a junkie for your love. Junkie for your love, I'm just a junkie for your love. It's the sweetest touch you cannot get enough. Junkie for your love, I'm just a junkie for your love. Junkie for your love, I'm just a junkie for your love. Junkie for your love, I'm just a junkie for your love. It's the sweetest touch you cannot get enough. Junkie for your love, I'm just a junkie for your love. No. 7 p.m. in Philly podcast. Theo Major, we here. Thank you for listening. All love.